everyone, and welcome to Club 4, episode 26 of Rolling in the Isles, an FM20 British Isles Journeyman series with me, the United City FM. Welcome along. So today, it's all about the Champions League as we continue our pursuit to try and get to the final of the Champions League and end this particular series of Rolling in the Isles. And today we're in the group stages still, and it's Leipzig away from home. So let's get into the episode. So here we are back at Man City in a season where we are trying to get to the Champions League final to end this whole Rolling in the Isles series. In the last couple of seasons, it's been a little bit disappointing, not quite managing to get there. We've won the Premier League last season, so that's not our focus anymore. This season, it's all about the Champions League. So since you and I were together last for the first of our group games against Dynamo Kiev in the Champions League group stage with Barcelona and Leipzig also in it. We've gone on a long run of decent form, to be honest. We had one slight hiccup against Sheffield United in the Premier League, having just the few days beforehand absolutely annihilated them in the cup competition, the League Cup. We then went away to Sheffield United and only got a 0-0 draw. But other than that, you can see that the form has been great and every other game has been a win. We've knocked Chelsea out of the League Cup. We beat them in the league. We beat Manchester United in the league. We've beaten Barcelona in the Champions League. It's going very, very well. Unfortunately for us, in terms of Premier League, Liverpool and Arsenal are also going very, very well. And so far, they're out ahead of us, but we are hanging on in there just for now and seeing whether they can make a mistake. But as I said in the intro so far to this video, the Premier League is not our focus anymore. We won it last season. I'd love to win it again, but we are all about the Champions League this year and trying to get to that final. All the way through the Rolling in the Isles series, the final of a Champions League was always going to be the end point, whether we win it or lose it. So that's the plan for this season, and any other season that we've now got, it's all about the Champions League. Let's see if we can get there. So far in the group stages, it has gone exceptionally well. Wins, as I say, against Leipzig and Dynamo Kiev and Barcelona already in the bag put us top of the table, which is fantastic. And now we get the reverse fixtures. And today it's away from home against Leipzig. Next match will be the Dynamo Kiev game. And then next episode, we will come back and conclude the group away from home in the new camp at Barcelona. So that's the plan. So let's go into the tactics and see what we've got in store for Leipzig today. So as you would expect, the formation, the tactic, etc. stays the same. There's nothing different. There's been a couple of personnel changes here and there through this season. It's been very unsettled through little injuries and issues like that. So we had lots of players coming in and out of the side as we've gone through this season so far. It has been a little bit unsettled. There are a couple of players that are not playing as well as I would hope them to. For example, Magnoni and Camavinga just a little bit below par from what I expect from them. The third one is Brian McCann, and as of this particular match in the Champions League, I've dropped him out and brought Foden back in, who is playing well whenever asked to play. I expected a little bit more from McCann this season. You can see he's improving all the time. As a youngish 20-year-old, there's a decent player in there, but I expected a bit more from him this season to sort of jump on a little bit again. Hasn't quite done that so far, but fortunately we've always got the mighty Phil Foden that sits in and around that position as well, and today he will play in the Champions League for us. We've got one little injury in the team itself, and that's Victor Cruz at left back, just coming back from a knock really. You can see that his conditioning is great and his match sharpness isn't bad at all, so we're going to risk him for the Champions League. But Dansberg, in terms of being new into the club and playing a few games for us so far this season, because Cruz has been injured, has done pretty well. But we give Cruz the shirt back and see whether he can cope with today. So that's pretty much all the team news really. There's nothing else to tell you about, but it just has been a little bit inconsistent in terms of being able to put out our best 11 as much as we can. But today, most of it's there, and we get Romero in goal, Rivero and Romario in central defence, Magnoni at right back, Cruz at left back, Camavinga, Roberto and Foden in central midfield, with Knoll on the right, Ulysses on the left, and O'Connor up front, who is doing really well for us. 12 goals in 14 games. And then we have a bench of Cork, Dansberg, still don't know how to pronounce that name, Matilla, Olart, Cesar and Gibbons. So let's get into today's game and see what happens. So we've just asked them to carry on from where they left off in the last few games because the form has been so good. So just continue doing what you're doing. Obviously, Leipzig away from home in the Champions League is a slightly different proposition than what we're used to facing in the Premier League on a weekly basis. But I think we can cope, having already beaten them once this season and in really great form. I think we're going to do okay as long as we focus on doing what we're supposed to be doing and do it well. And it's Camavinga on top of the box that continues the movement of the ball right the way across the box from right to left. Cruz on the overlap gets the ball in eventually, but it's partially cleared. Camavinga picks up the loose ball and puts it again back out wide to Cruz. Out there all on his own with nobody on him, and it demonstrates it, doesn't it? He nips it into Ulysses, who eventually the ball comes into O'Connor just at the top of the 6-yard box, and he powers the ball home. A lovely little move. A good ball over the top there to Cruz. Eventually he dinks it into Ulysses, gets it out from his feet, and what a volley that is from O'Connor on his left foot past the flailing goalkeeper. And we go 1-0 up after little under 10 minutes of the game. We get a throw in now right the way down, almost on our own goal line on the right hand side, and we've managed to work it out from there, but a loose ball over the top didn't work from Camavinga, and Leipzig come back at us down this left hand side. Got the numbers behind the ball, and then they put a real wayward shot wide of the goal and didn't trouble anybody really. But good sort of structure of our shape was recovered there as we'd lost the ball, and we managed to keep our shape and make them make a mistake, which is positive to see. So again, we play out from the back. Rivero on the ball, out to Magnoni at right fullback. It go back into central defence, keeping the ball. We use the vertical tiki-taka, so occasionally we go backwards to go forward, but there's always that potential of a decent through ball that's going to take out several of the team, and that's what happened there. You saw it go over the top to Ulysses a little bit, take out part of the team. He runs right the way through the heart of the defence, and a really good save by the goalkeeper was the only thing that stopped it being 2-0. Fantastic run by Ulysses, and the corner kick comes in and they get it clear, Leipzig, and then they get a challenge and it goes out for a throw-in. But what a great run and shot that was by Ulysses, right the way across the defence, and got it onto his right foot, hooked it back across the goalkeeper, but he was equal to it and parried it round the corner of the post for no major problems for Leipzig in the end. But so far the game is going pretty well. Camavinga with a really great challenge there, wins the ball back for us, drops it back to Magnoni, a little bit wayward, but Magnoni picks it up again. And we go right the way back again to the keeper to try and draw Leipzig onto us. And once we've drawn them onto us, that opens up the space, and then we can work the ball through them. And again, we're doing the same thing. Back into the goalkeeper. He's good with his feet, Romero. He's a decent goalkeeper for that. And he managed to get the ball out. And eventually it comes to Knoll, and he goes on a mazy run. And again, down this right-hand side, we go really close with a great shot across the goalkeeper. This time he didn't get anything to it, but the ball went very narrowly wide. But we're putting on the pressure. We're 1-0 up, leading into half-time. There's the half-time whistle. I'd like to have got another goal because of all the pressure that we're putting on. But so far, so good. The possession's good. We've had more shots. They haven't had a single one on target yet. And we're doing pretty well. I'm more than happy with that so far, as long as we can get another goal just to clear ourselves out of danger a little bit. And then we can sort of take it easy and control the ball a little bit more to see out the game, hopefully passionately. I'm very happy with your performance. Keep it up. Send them straight back out. There was no need to change any personnel. They're all doing quite well at the moment. So let's see how this second half pans out. And Knoll nicks the ball in the right fullback area. Very good defensive work from him. And eventually it comes back out to him in his normal wide right position. O'Connor had dropped into the wide right to be an outlet ball. Didn't necessarily need him there. But eventually, whoa, what a shot that was from Ulysses. He whacks it, but it goes directly at the crossbar and goes out. Goalkeeper obviously got a touch on it to push it onto the crossbar because we had a corner kick. But the corner doesn't come to anything, unfortunately. At this point, we're going to go into the shouts and we're going to encourage them, I think. They're frustrated by that. Why would they be frustrated by encouragement, for goodness sake? I know we're winning. I know we could be praising them. I just thought I'd encourage. And they all switch off. What a stupid thing that is, really. 63 minutes in, we get another corner kick. We don't quite win the header first off, but we get the loose ball. Camavinga into Rivera onto Akana. Eventually it gets cleared by Leipzig, and they come back at us down this right-hand side. But it's a wayward ball, and Cruz gets in there nice and easy and puts it back to the goalkeeper, and we can reset ourselves. Goalkeeper goes very long to Akana, but he controls it beautifully. And then again with the shot, not quite the quality on the shot this time. And it goes straight to the goalkeeper's hands, and there's no problem for him. We're doing great. We're just not quite putting our chances away, and if we're not careful, that will come back to bite us in the last few minutes if Leipzig get one or two chances themselves. Roberto is, though, down the right-hand side, loses out, but Magnoni is supporting him, picks up the loose ball, crosses it to the top of the box to Foden, back to Roberto. Where's he going to go? He's going to go for the long shot, but again, narrowly wide. Time to make a couple of substitutions, I think. You can see that the quality of possession and movement of the ball is there. Quality of the striking is not quite good enough today. Knoll is on a yellow card and a 6.5 rating, so he's coming out for Olart to come back in. We've got a couple of defenders that I want to be a little bit aware of. We are going to put Dansberg in. Cruz is just coming back from that knock, so I'm going to take him out of the firing line and just allow him to sort of settle back in. And then we're going to make one central midfield change, and we're going to take Roberto out and put Matilla in and just give him a run for the last 20 minutes of the game or so. He's been playing brilliantly well when given the chance, so that's fantastic to have these great backup players to rotate the squad and not lose too much in the quality. 10 minutes left of the game. We sit 1-0. We're dominant in the chances created through the game, but we haven't made them count. Can we hold on to the 1-0 and come away with the points? And we do. We do. It was a little bit of a squeaky game, really. We were not quite at our best. And I think if we were to go and analyse the game, which we'll do in just a second, it will be all about the conversions of our shots, because we had plenty of them. But still, a 1-0 win is decent. We get the 3 points. We continue our unbeaten run in the group stage of the Champions League. That will see us really into a strong position for qualifying. So let us just go and do this now. Let's go and analyse the game quickly. So first off in this particular opening page of the analysis setup, you can see that we worked primarily down the right-hand side, which is fine, but Knoll didn't have a great game, did he? 6.5 average rating. Olart came in and did okay, but nothing special in the latter parts of the game. But that was a bit of a problem, wasn't it? We worked the ball very nicely. Magnoni on the overlap was great, but we didn't quite have it from Knoll on this particular occasion. You can see that our top player was Ulysses with that great run across the defence and then a shot back. And of course he set up the goal. That's why he got the man of the match. But it was Knoll that let us down a little bit, playing down that right-hand side. You can see that we had a reasonable amount of midfield possession compared to what Leipzig got. They got 25%. We were on 35% in midfield. So all in all, I think we dominated the game quite well. And there's the area of focus, and you can see down that right-hand side was the main focus for us. If we go and have a look at the shots, this is the thing that I think we're going to learn most from today. And all of these shots for us, if we just take away the Leipzig ones for a minute, all of these shots didn't trouble the goalkeeper. And that's not good enough, is it? Absolutely not good enough. We had 10 that were off target, 1 hit the woodwork, 5 were saved. Okay, fair enough. and a few were blocked by defenders, but we just couldn't find the quality on our shooting boots today. If we go and have a look specifically at the shots, and clear out the Leipzig ones, just put ours in there. This is the spread, and you can see lots of wayward shooting. There were some great shots at goal, absolutely. We did have a few, and we hit the woodwork. But that's where we let ourselves down today, was all of these shots. And it looks like primarily they came from midfielders more than the actual striker himself specifically. You can see we've got one from Ulysses, number 6. Is Rivero, our central defender. He had a couple wayward. Another 6 up here. There's a couple from Akana at the top there. 4 and 7, that would be the likes of Noel and Camavinga. And Roberto misses a couple over here. So you can see it's spread through the team. It's not one particular person. But just today, the quality of finishing wasn't quite there. And that's why we struggled a little bit. But in the end, still managed to come away with the win. So overall, I'm happy enough, but just would like a little bit more quality on the finishing. So we're going to say calmly, well done. That was a good win for us. Not give them too much praise for it. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how it went, really, because we got another 3 points, and it means that we are really already qualified, and we are. Look at that gap between us and Leipzig now. They're on 3 points, we're on 12. Barcelona on 9, but Dynamo Kiev are on 0. So we've already qualified from the Champions League group stages, which is fantastic, which means in the next game against Dynamo Kiev, I could probably play a rotated side. I will probably still play my first 11 when we come back to play the Barcelona match, just to make sure that we don't leave the group stages on a loss if possible. But it's going to be tricky anyway. It's in the new camp. It's going to be a difficult match. But yeah, there you go. That's the way it's worked out for us so far this time round in the groups. 4 games in, 12 points, so 4 wins, loads of goals, all looking really encouraging for qualification already, and going into those knockout stages where we have to be really on it to try and get all the way through to the final. So that's pretty much going to do it today. But before we go, let's just go and check out the run of the between now and the next episode, and look at the Premier League games that are coming up, etc., and then check out the where we're coming up next. So let's go and check out that next episode. So, as I say, the next episode is going to be Barcelona, the last game of our Champions League group stage. We've got Kiev in between times, but we've also got a run of Premier League games as well against Fulham, Swansea, Leeds, Tottenham, Watford. So there's going to be some fun games in there. Tottenham are going to be particularly tricky, I would imagine. But overall, I think most of those are winnable, really, at this point. We've got some tricky ones after that, both Liverpool and Arsenal, after we play Barcelona before the end of the calendar year. So that's going to be a little bit more of a tricky run. But between now and Barcelona, I think we can go on a decent run and continue the form that we are currently in, and look to try and be undefeated by the time we get to Barcelona in the Premier League, as well as the Champions League, really. So let's see if we can do that. So thank you for joining me today. That's going to do it for today. Next episode, big match against Barcelona away from home. Can we go unbeaten in our group stage for the Champions League? I hope so. But we've got lots of Premier League stuff to come between now and then. So thank you for joining me today. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and join my United City community. The more the merrier. Click that like button for me if you can. Helps me get seen by lots of other people. Helps the growth of my channel, which is really important to me. Until next time though, take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.